Friday, January 30th, and you're watching the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by our good friends over at FanDuel. I'm your host for today, Jay Scooper, alongside my producer for the next hour and a bit, Jacob Gramenya, behind the boards. And guess what? We're feeling pretty good. Why, you may ask? Well, if you missed out on the show yesterday, I apologize. One of the best tennis bettors that I know in the world, Winston, the cat, came on. Loved Djokovic plus 810. We smashed it. We got it home. Shout out to Isaac for giving us a great sweat this morning. I was like trying to do prep work for the show. And I was just being distracted because I had the game on in the background. I woke up mid-match and I'm like, all right, yeah, let's watch this thing. We got a chance. So incredible stuff there from yesterday's show. Djokovic plus 810 on the money line, takes it home in an incredible match too. I don't know if you were watching it, Jacob. I think you were probably in the gym this morning.
I was in the gym this morning. While y'all were busy watching tennis, I was out there grinding.
That's the difference. That's the difference between winners and I don't even know. But you got a head start on the day. I didn't. I'm gonna have to go to the gym later today. But I got to watch it.
So that's the trade.
That's your punishment then, I guess. Well, I'm amped. I'm ready to go. I got to get hyped up and watch a great match. Anyways, good stuff there from Isaac. Also, last night, Isaac came on the show again. Gave out, what was it? Alcaraz to win 3-2 plus 500. Cashed. This guy's on fire. So we're bringing him on one more time. Anyways, that was a long way of me saying Isaac's going to be back on the show today to break down the Australian Open finals. He's going to close out the show. To start off the show, though, got a big college basketball slate tonight and tomorrow. Tons of games tomorrow. We're going to be breaking that down with Matt here in just a minute. After that, Andrew Gombas is going to come on. He was on last week, UFC 324. We're going to talk about UFC 325. Back-to-back cards. 9 p.m. start time. Do we like it? Do we not like it? I kind of like it. I like it a little bit better. I don't mind going to bed a little bit earlier. And then Kirk, of course, going to come back on the show. I told him to bring winners only. We'll see if he did that. I ask him every week. He only did it once so far this year. So hopefully he can bring us some winners. Before we get into things, if you're on the Discord, you are absolutely missing out. We have over 1,700 members, and it is absolutely cooking. It's a place to chat during the games. Our creators are sharing banger bets, and so is our Hammer audience. Join us at discord.gg/hammer, or click the link in the description to join our Discord. You're going to want to be there. It's a good time. It is a good time. Anyways, got a great week this weekend. Got a great week. Got a great sports weekend. UFC 324, college basketball, tennis, golf. Great stuff. It saves me from having to watch my Leafs. All right. I'm excited to get into the show today. And I'm excited to bring on our first guest. He's a college basketball analyst and consultant. He does content over at the Basket Under Review. Matthew Winick, how's it going, my friend?
How's it going? Thanks for having me.
Excited to have you on here. Excited to get into things. Last time we talked, I made this big stink about former players coming back, leaving, coming back. We're not going to talk about that today. We're going to keep it strictly basketball. There's tons of games today, tons of games tomorrow. We're going to be breaking down the slate here, games you like, games you don't like. But before we do that, just want to get your quick thoughts on Arizona, because I've seen them sort of separate themselves in the on the odds boards to win the national championship. I know we're super far out. We saw the same thing with Michigan earlier in the year, but as we get closer, I think it becomes a little bit more significant. This Arizona team, we talked about them last week. They're undefeated at 21-0. What do you make of their dominance so far in the Big 12 right now? Do you see any cracks in their armor? Like what do you make of this Arizona team?
Yeah, I mean, I love to come on here and talk about 3-point variance and like how if you don't shoot well, if a team hits a million shots against you, you're going to lose a game. That kind of doesn't matter with Arizona. They take 27% of their shots from three, which is the fourth lowest mark in the entire country. So when you're shooting basically all at the rim, all around in the paint, like it's hard to just like have a really bad game because those are high quality shots. They're going to go in consistently game in, game out. And it's not like, I mean, outside of Michigan, it's not like there's a team that can really match that physicality and interior dominance. So what you saw with BYU obviously got a little dicey at the end, but BYU has like a top 2 NBA draft pick, and AJ DeBon said they're big. They deny the rim. It didn't matter because when there's no 3-point variance involved, the better team is typically going to win. And Arizona is basically always the better team. So it's it's a good math equation. It's a good philosophy to play when you have a roster like they do. They're not deep, but they really only need 3-4 guys hitting in one game to beat the average college basketball team.
All right. So again, still early out, still a couple, I guess a month and a bit away from the start of the national championship here, but the tournament here. Sorry, but yeah, deservingly so. Plus 370, separating themselves from other teams. Since we are so close, I mean, I guess the season's gone on for quite a while now. We're pretty deep here in the season. What team has surprised you the most, or what team have you sort of improved, bumped up in your rankings? Doesn't have to be that. Again, could just be a team that you're just shocked about. Talk to me about what team you're liking a little more than you expected during the preseason.
Yeah, I don't think we're talking about Florida enough. I mean, obviously they just won the national championship. They struggled early on in the year. They started 5-4. Obviously their 4 losses, 3 of them Duke, UConn, and Arizona. Like, you can't blame anyone for that. They started the SEC season 6-2. They're off of a 95-48 road win. Obviously South Carolina isn't all that good, but Florida's the best rebounding team I've ever seen. They're top 2 in offensive and defensive rebounding rate. That's like impossible. They can't shoot, but when you just absolutely destroy every opponent you play in rebounding, like, all you need to do is be a below average shooting team to win games. And Todd Golden obviously knows how to coach. This front court is all back from their championship last year. If the guards are just okay, they're a top 3 team in the country.
All right.
So if you have any faith in this guard room, which it depends on the day for me, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. That's still a team that has absolutely championship ceiling if they get into that situation.
Yep. Championship ceiling here for Florida. Looking good. Listen, you don't have to score if you can rebound. I mean, you do have to score, but you don't have to score as efficiently if you can always just get the board. Anyways, let's talk about the games for today. Big one: Michigan versus Michigan State. Fun little rivalry match. Michigan right now -1.5, -105 on the spread here. 122 on the money line. Totals at 147.5. Juice towards the over -115. Talk us through this game.
Yeah, I mean, this is the number 1 and number 2 defenses in the country per KenPom. So defense should be at a premium here. Lots of defense. Tom Izzo loves to slow a game down, and Dusty May wants to speed it up. So this is going to be a really big coaching battle, because if this game is super, super slow, like Tom Izzo wants, like Michigan State wants, that definitely favors the Spartans. But if the Wolverines can get out and run and score a lot in transition where they're unbelievable, that's a huge advantage to Wolverines. And that kind of negates the home court advantage a bit. If they can get out and run, Michigan State can't stop them. Michigan's only loss was when Wisconsin hit 15 threes. That was largely from their bigs. Michigan State has a big man, Jackson Kohler, who's at 42% from 3 on the year, but he has struggled for the last 2 weeks. So he's a big key here. If they can make threes with their big men and get Michigan's insane rim protection out of the paint at home, where Michigan State only has 1 loss all year to a very, very good Duke team, you got to lean home there. But for me, it's just, will this game really be fast enough? Because at 70 possessions, which is the KenPom projection, that means that Michigan has won the pace battle. With the top 2 defenses in the country, if this is a slower game, if Michigan State can control pace, this will not have 147 points.
All right, so we're looking towards the under there. 147.5 -105 is what it is over on FanDuel, which I believe is one of the better prices in market. Just got to double check that here quickly. Yeah, one of the better prices in market there. A couple more games for today. One that I circled was St. Louis versus Dayton. St. Louis -10.5 on the spread. Totals at 152.5. Anything you like in that game, or is this sort of a pass for you?
Yeah, well, I mean, we talked about Florida being one of the best 2-way rebounding teams in the country, maybe ever. St. Louis is one of the best 2-way shot-making teams in the country ever. Number 4 in offensive effective field goal percentage and number 1 in defensive, essentially meaning they're top 5 in shot making and number 1 in allowing teams to make the least amount of shots, least effective shots. They're unbelievable at denying the 3-point line. They don't let you get to the rim. And when you do get to the rim, they're very, very good at stopping those attempts as well. But they are very susceptible in the turnover battle and the rebounding battle. So you can get a ton of steals against them. You can get a ton of offensive rebounds against them. You have a chance to beat them if they aren't a historic shot-making team, which they have been in most games. Dayton at full strength, which they haven't been for most of A10 play, absolutely has the ability to do that. If they get Jordan Durkak back, one of their starters who's been injured, at double digits, it's a lot of points. If they're still shorthanded, obviously St. Louis has the chance to just make 8 threes any given game, and then no one's coming close to them if they do that.
All right. Any other games you like for today, or you want to flip over and talk some Saturday games?
Very quickly, very, 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 very weird team is IU Indy in the Horizon League. They were like a lot of fun early in the year because they were running like crazy. Their first 3 games were 86, 86, and 90 possessions, which is unheard of in college basketball. They have topped 70 twice in their last 6 games, and they just had a season low 60 possessions. So they went from 90 in their 3rd game of the season to 60. They cut their possessions down by like 30%, which is insane. This is projected for 72 possessions at KenPom. It will not hit that. The total has already gone way down, and it makes sense. It's probably still too high because IU Indies just decided to not run like they did, and their pace is probably incorrectly priced.
Yeah, 154.5 right now is the total. There's 155.5s out there. We're looking towards the under on that one. It's minus 105 right now available on FanDuel. It's kind of like flickering on and off my odds screen right now, so I'm wondering what's happening there. But anyways, let's flip over and talk the Saturday games. Big slate on Saturday. Fun college basketball slate on Saturday. Big games across the board: UConn, Creighton, BYU, Kansas, Kentucky, Arkansas, Duke, Virginia Tech. Which game is most interesting to you? Which game are you circling and sitting down watching making sure you're in front of the TV for?
Definitely BYU, Kansas. It sounds like Darren Peterson's going to play in this game, which means number 1 overall pick versus number 2 overall pick, most likely. Not sure which order yet, but AJ DeBonsa and Darren Peterson probably not guarding each other, but on the floor at the same time. That's must-see TV. If you like basketball of any type, you have to watch the top 2 picks play off against each other. I think Kansas wins that one. The line will probably be in the 4-ish, 5-ish, probably 5-ish range. Kansas is pretty dominant at home. BYU has not really been tested too much on the road. Their one big test, Texas Tech, they got absolutely destroyed late in that game. AJ DeBonsa took some horrible shots. Kansas is probably going to hold on there. I think that's probably a decent spot, but also just a game to watch.
Mm-hmm. Kansas right now 3.5 minus 110 at FanDuel, so maybe that might be a little bit of room there for you. Any other games you want to talk about here? I know you obviously talked about that's the most interesting game to watch, but a couple lines up there on FanDuel in the games that I mentioned. Can UConn, Creighton, UConn right now 6.5 minus 110 total at 141.5. Kentucky, Arkansas 6.5 totals at 161.5. Duke, Virginia Tech, like I mentioned, 11.5 minus 102 totals at 147.5. Any of those numbers interest you?
Kentucky's gotten killed by basically every very good team they played this year, and I would consider Arkansas to be a very good team. Kentucky did beat Tennessee, their one quote-unquote big win this year, but that was a game they were down 18 in, and Tennessee kind of let that one slip away down the stretch. But if you look at their other big games, especially on the road, lost by 25 to Vanderbilt, lost by 15 to Alabama, lost by 35 to Gonzaga, I can't even do math, lost by 17 to Michigan State. Like, those are not close. They're getting killed by every really good team. And Arkansas has 2 lottery picks on their roster in Darius Acuff and Malik Thomas. They're extremely explosive offensively. They haven't lost at home this year. I just don't really see a way Kentucky competes. They've been underwhelming all year, and this is a spot for them to be very underwhelming against an Arkansas team that can run up the score. Talk about Vanderbilt and how they just beat Kentucky by 25. Arkansas beat Vanderbilt by 25. So if you're a big transitive property guy, that's a 50-point transitive property.
All right. I love that. And I also love being able to talk with you about these games that are like, we usually come on when you come on. The games are almost hammered into place. At least with these ones are more than 24 hours out. We can take a little look at that. So Arkansas minus 6.5, minus 108 at FanDuel of what's out there. Not the most available market. I'm sure it'll become more available as time goes on, as we get closer to the game, but best price that I could see on the board right now. Quickly, as an aside, you're talking a lot about draft picks, which of course is important for you. You're following college basketball. You care about this stuff. Do you care about the NBA draft? Are you someone who bets a lot on the NBA draft?
Bets, no, because it's tough. First of all, everyone knows kind of what's going on these days. Like it's very tough to get surprised. I would say that I'm interested in who goes where, and I'm pretty engaged in terms of like fit and situation. But This year might be a little bit different just because I don't know if we'll really know who's going to go first between AJ DeBonsa and Darren Peterson. If that's like a 50-50 toss-up, I might just do it for fun, but not like an edge or anything.
Yeah, no, of course. I learned the hard way. Big hockey guy, got crushed on the NHL draft.
I will say though, I did once make a significant profit on the NBA draft, and it was Bronny James going second round to the Lakers.
Come on.
That was the most obvious thing that's ever happened.
Oh, man. I don't know how I missed that one. I didn't even know that was a market that was available. But
for Bronny? Yeah, it was.
They'll put anything up for that guy. I don't know if you saw the LeBron James conference champion, or what was it? LeBron James did an ad. It was dumb. Anyways, maybe not a fit for this show. Any other games you like for today or tomorrow? I kind of skipped over Texas Tech at UCF. Cincinnati at Houston. Any other games? I don't know if you want to peek at your odds screen there and take a look, see if anything else you like for the people.
Yeah. Texas Tech is very good. UCF is not very good. Sometimes I like to give like really nuanced analysis, like rim stuff and variance stuff, but it's like when you're getting 1 to 2 possessions, even though you're at UCF, one team I think is a Final Four contender, and the other team I would pick to lose in the first round of the NCAA tournament 100% of the time. So when that's within 2 possessions, like I think you got to at least lean to the really good team.
Yeah, all right. Texas Tech is only 3.5 there. Any other games you like, or that's it? And I'll let you head out. Got some more for
very
us?
Quickly on Sunday, Florida Alabama, really really big game at 1 p.m. Obviously no line for that out yet, but Todd Golden, Florida's coach, just talked about how they're going to kill Alabama if with or without Charles Bediako on the Crimson Tide roster. Charles Bediako will be on the roster, but he's not a very good rebounder for a 7-footer. And of course, we talked about Florida being a dominant rebounding team. Something tells me at Florida on ABC, the Gators might make a statement.
All right, Gators statement game. Maybe you're saying some like alt team total overs. Maybe you're saying alt spread. We'll have to wait and see what the line's going to be. What do you expect the line to open at? I know this is a tough question because college basketball's a little all over the place, but what do you, and without giving it too much away, maybe if there's like a KenPom, like a public number that you can give out, that it would, not really.
KenPom's at 7. Okay. My guess is it'll probably open in the 7.5, 8.5 range.
All right, makes perfect sense there. We're gonna be hammering Florida all the way home. Matthew Winick, appreciate you joining the show. Make sure you check out his stuff on Twitter, link in the description down below. Matt, appreciate you joining us. We'll chat soon.
Take it easy.
Awesome stuff there. As always, great. Tons of bets for us here to start this Friday to get into things for this wonderful, wonderful weekend that we've been blessed with. Oh, all right. Who do we got coming on? We got Andrew Gombas coming on next. Excited to talk to him. I mean, I thought we talked about UFC 324. Sorry, last week.
Yeah, we're on 325.
Yeah, I don't know. I wrote down 234. I don't know why I did that.
You said 324 earlier, but that's okay.
Yeah. No, we're on UFC 324. Is it? Am I like losing my mind?
We're on 25 now.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
You just said 324 again.
I know. I mean, we talked about it last week is what I'm saying.
You did, yes.
We talked about it last week. Gaethje with a big win over Paddy Pimblett. We talked about it on the show. O'Malley winning rounds 1 and 3. It was a great card. Great card all around. A little disappointed that Rose ended up losing. Hopefully you guys got to tune in and watch that fight. Great fights. Great fights. Still illegally streaming it up here in Canada, but great fights. Great fights. Before we get into things, before we bring on Andrew, I just want to give you a quick shout out to our good friends and sponsors over at FanDuel. It's the last call for football on FanDuel. One final Sunday, one last kickoff. The final chance to place your bets before the NFL season closes its tab. Jacob, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sad. Football season's ending. I don't know how that makes you feel. It makes me feel.
Makes me feel like shit. What am I gonna do Sunday?
I have no idea. I was like, I'm trying to make plans for Sunday, and I don't know what I want to do. If I want to just like sit in the corner and cry all day, or if maybe I should like clean my apartment, or I don't know, do something.
Go to the gym.
There we go. That's a better way to occupy my time. Sad stuff, but good news is we have one more chance to bet on football. This is Super Bowl 60, and FanDuel is making sure you're in on it. If you're a new customer, bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if you win. So whether you're backing the favorite, riding with the underdog, or building one last same game parlay, you better make it count. Because after that game after Super Bowl 60, the lights go up, the season's over, and football is officially done. Last call for football on FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. Visit FanDuel.com/forward progress to get started today. Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas, affiliation Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. First online real money wager, only $5 first deposit required. Bonus issue is not withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelpline.org or call 1-800-275-050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. All right. NASCAR's back too.
I didn't know that.
Chat's messaging it.
Darts is back. It's major going on this weekend.
Wow.
And today and yesterday.
Look at that. What a time in the sports calendar. Busiest month of the year. It feels like February or January is the end of January here. What?
Yeah. No, busiest got to be October. World Series, NFL,
you're right.
NHL starts, NBA starts. There's still college football.
I guess, yeah. That is the busiest, but I'm still like so hyper focused on football. I just don't even like think about anything else. But anyways, do we have an announcement to make? Are we allowed to do that? Yeah, I saw you drop.
Do we have enough likes?
Oh, I didn't even realize there was a like goal.
There is a like goal.
Okay.
We are not at the like goal.
Okay.
I need you guys to do better than this.
All right, let's get the likes up. What are we teasing here? Let the people know what we're teasing.
Well, the Super Bowl player prop extravaganza has a date and has a time. I don't know if we're allowed to reveal it, but we're going for it. If we can get to 25 likes while we're live.
All right, let's do that.
We will be sending it over your way, everybody. So,
I mean, we hit a plus 810 yesterday. I mean, I didn't. Winston the cat did.
Winston hit a plus 810. It wasn't the only bet that was given out in tennis that won.
Yeah.
It's been good information every single day. Give some love to the channel. Support the channel here.
Takes 2 seconds.
A lot of work goes in.
Click that button.
From everyone. There's people you don't see on camera who are doing work on this as well.
Yeah.
So support. Do a bit of extra support for us. Why don't we take a second here?
Guess the line?
Sure, we can do guest line. I was going to talk about maybe the circle back episode. But we can do guest line while we have a second. That's actually a good idea. Let's do that.
Okay.
While we've got a second here. So, you guys know the drill. 3 lines to guess. 3 guesses per line. We have another funky NFL novelty prop, which you can find over on FanDuel. But we're going to start off in the NBA once again. We're going to go to Derek White, points, rebounds, and assists over under.
Is there anyone injured today?
I haven't looked. Judging by the availability of props, there is, I believe Jaylen Brown is questionable for today's game, which is obviously significant. But there's lines up. Derek White is listed here.
I assume Derek White is in like a 75% chance of him being like a starter, handling the ball type scenario.
He is a starter. He's always a starter.
But he will be on the ball if Jaylen Brown is out, correct?
He would get the ball more. Everybody would get the ball more. I haven't seen. Here. Boston, Jaylen Brown is actually doubtful. So
he's probably not playing.
So it's priced as if Jaylen Brown is likely not playing.
I believe we talked about pips. This guy scores a lot when Jaylen Brown's out. I believe that's what we talked about.
Yeah, he takes on a much larger load.
Pause. Let's go with 36.5.
Lower.
28.5.
Higher. Found the window.
Just got to climb through it. 30.5.
34.5. First guess was pretty good. You use the information to your advantage. This one you will not be able to.
Why?
So it says, I think it says Cardi B on broadcast over under. So the line at FanDuel, you're trying to guess how many times Cardi B will appear on the broadcast. Considering she is, I believe, dating Stephon Diggs.
She's dating Stephon Diggs, yeah.
So how many times will she appear on?
Before I reveal that, let me quickly give you the lock of the century. Minus 2,000. You can get down, I think, $1,000 on this on FanDuel.
No proposal?
No proposal. Okay. No proposal has to be shown on the broadcast. We are going no proposal.
I mean, it's solid because they have to win.
Yeah.
For that to happen, really.
Yeah.
And even then, he's probably not doing it.
I don't even think he's the type of person to get married.
Yeah.
Or do it on like that stage. Anyways.
I wonder what that opened at. probably not enough. Anyways, make your guess.
Is it like heavy juiced one side or the other?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
5.5,
Lower.
2.5,
Lower.
point a half,
1.5.
1.5. Okay. Wow. I missed that. That was horrible.
You failed that one. All right. Finally,
Hold on quickly. I remember last year we had Taylor Swift being shown on screen, and it was like 6.5, and it was like the easiest
but it was
underclick
kinda
of my
like
life.
a meme that she was getting shown all the time.
True. Very true.
This is not the case. I also Cardi B is popular, not as popular as Taylor Swift. Finally, it's like hardly anyone as popular as Taylor Swift.
Fair.
Finally, we go back to MLB season-long home runs. We're going to take Cal Raleigh. What are you going to play, or what are you going to guess for his line there?
52.5.
Lower.
Yeah, I thought that'd be like a little crazy. 46.5.
Lower.
Really? 40.5.
Yes.
Okay.
Good job.
Okay.
You got one. You got one.
All
You
right.
did one.
There we go.
All right.
We were close.
We're ready.
All right, awesome stuff there. Let's.
I think we're ready.
Yeah, let's wait for Andrew in the background. Just Andrew, if you can give us a thumbs up if you're ready, we'll bring you on screen here in just a second. We're running through some
He's good.
some technical issues. Okay, we're good to go here. All right, let's bring him on up. You saw him on here last week. Pro Sports Bettor, MMA originator. Andrew, how's it going, my friend?
What's going on? I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I know you're staying nice and warm out in Florida. It's starting to warm up here a little bit. It's like minus 21 degrees Celsius, which is like, I don't even know what that is in Fahrenheit, but pretty cold. Before we get into things, you were on here last week. First card of the year this year, UFC 324. How do you feel about the new 9 p.m. start time?
It's still not early enough for me. I hit the hay before the main event last week, and I mean it's an improvement. Obviously, I think the way they do their fight night cards, like the non-numbered non-pay-per-view cards, is perfect. Where the prelim starts 4, and the main card starts at 7. But I'll take anything I could get.
Yeah, no, for sure. I remember growing up watching UFC, it was always tough battle for me to stay up for those late fights. I remember one fight when John Jones broke his toe. I fell asleep for the main event and woke up and saw, I don't know if you remember that fight, but Jones's toe just pointing the other way, and I was like, couldn't fall asleep that night. Anyways, any big reactions to UFC 324 here? We saw Gaethje win over Paddy Pimblett in what was a very entertaining and competitive fight. Saw Sean O'Malley win round 1-3. You called that decision there as well. What's your biggest takeaways or reactions from UFC 324?
Yeah, it's interesting looking back on the card because obviously, I come on here and I say that I think Gaethje potentially could be the side here, and in retrospect, obviously massively the side. The O'Malley fight was interesting because it played like that iteration of the fight played out closer than it should have given the odds. But I don't know that O'Malley really fought optimally either. It seemed like he really opened up in the 3rd round, and if he had done that earlier, he probably would cover his price. So those are my 2 takeaways. I don't think Gaethje's going to get past Arman or Ilya, which I said, but it's a good notch under his belt. Paddy probably gets someone more in his league next fight rather than taking way too big of a step up in his next one.
We talked about Rose Namajunas and Natalia Silva. Natalia Silva ended up winning. I wasn't able to catch that fight. We talked about how it could go either way, where it's like, how are they giving us Rose at plus 310? And then it could have been the other side of the coin where it's like, wow, we should have just hammered Natalia Silva. Do you feel like the price was right there for that fight? If that fight were to open up again, what do you think the price would have been?
No, I thought Rose won. I think, you could convince me of like minus 150 in either direction, but wow. Not even close to a 3-1 fight.
Yeah. All right. I didn't even realize Rose got robbed there. I missed that fight. But anyways, let's talk about this upcoming fight, this upcoming card. Sydney, UFC 325. Main event, Volk versus Lopez. Volk won the first matchup versus Diego Lopez. Do you see this fight playing out similarly here? Are you concerned at all about Volk's age? And he's like 37 now. It's like at some point there's got to be some concern for that.
Yeah, for sure. Last time they fought, I really was big on the Volk side, and he outlanded him like 158 to 63, and Lopes had really one good moment in the whole fight. I'm not buying the odds being this cheap personally. I see a ton of people on Lopes again. They just fought less than a year ago,
Mm-hmm.
and Volkanovski more or less, I don't want to say dominated, but he handled his business pretty well. And could Lopes catch him? Yeah. Could Volk look older? Sure. But it's like, this fight was not even a year ago. If this fight was 5 years ago, we'd be having a different conversation about, oh, this could have changed, that could have changed. But I thought that Volk looked at least minus 185, minus 200 in the first fight. So you could build in a little bit of room for regression. I don't get it. I really don't. A lot of the data stuff likes Lopes, like a lot of our like internal modeling shows value on Lopes, but I pretty adamantly disagree with it and think that Volk should be like minus 185.
All right, minus 148 right now on the money line. Do you like him to go, like? Do you like this to go to the points here for Volkanovski at plus 155 as well? Do you think there's a chance he could like get a finish or submission within the bell here, or do you think if you were to play it, just play it on the money line? Don't even worry about the decision.
No, I do lean goes distance here. The reason why is because, well, for a couple of reasons. If the money line is correct here, like if the fair price is actually Volk minus 130 or something like that, it's probably going to go. There's probably value on goes distance because most of Volk's win condition is a decision. Like Lopes is historically durable. Could Volk catch him? Yeah, but he's probably not going to submit him. He's got to be like 10%, maybe 10% to knock him out. So I think if the money line is accurate or even close to accurate, goes distance has to have some value here because I think I don't give Lopes much at all decision equity. It would have to be a fight where he hurts Volk multiple times but doesn't get a finish. Like it could happen, obviously, but I do think the most likely outcome here is a Volk decision.
Yeah, Volk decision plus 155. Also, how will the fight end? Minus 110 right now with end in points. So, interesting stuff there over on FanDuel. Fun co-main, maybe not as big of like names as the last card's co-main event, but Dan Hooker, Benoit Saint-Denis will be an absolute banger of a fight. Do you think Dan Hooker can sort of like volume strike his way to a win here? Entertaining fighter watching Dan Hooker fight, but I mean, minus 320 right now for Benoit Saint-Denis could be a tough one. What's your breakdown of this fight?
Yeah, I think it's a bad stylistic matchup for Hooker. I think Saint-Denis is gonna overwhelm him early. Obviously, Armin's a beast, but the Armin fight is not really bullish here for Hooker. I guess his hope is it something like the Gamrot fight, but Saint-Denis a lot more damaging than Gamrot, and I feel like he's just going to be coming forward right from the opening bell, closing the distance. I think he's going to get Hooker on the mat, and he's probably not going to let him up from there.
All right, a couple other fights I want to actually. Any other fights that you like on this card? Any other fights you're interested in? I know Rafael Fiziev versus Mauricio Rufy is close on minus 128 there for Rufy. I know I'm going to butcher this guy's name. Quillen Salkilled and Jamie Malarkey. I know those two guys are fighting out of the same camp. That's a little bit of an interesting fight there. Any other fights that are interesting you on this card?
You definitely just named a couple of them. I feel like Rufy versus Fiziev will be really good because they're both high-level strikers. I was kind of a little bit lower on Rufy than a lot of people as he came into the UFC. Same thing with Fiziev, though. Like, I definitely downgraded my thoughts on him over the last couple years, so it's going to be interesting. I feel like it probably plays out close. Rufy is more of a sniper. Like he could fight going backwards. He looks for he looks to pick his perfect shot. He has real knockout power. Fiziev, I really like his body kicks. I think he is the more diverse striker. Like he'll look to attack the legs, the body, and the head. I don't love his cardio though. I will say the fact that he's been shooting takedowns in his recent fights could really bode well for him here because I'm not a fan of Rufy's grappling. So gun to head, I'll take Fiziev here. I do think it probably plays out really competitively though.
All right, taking Fiziev here, gun to head. Any other fights on the prelims you're looking at, or you even maybe you don't want to bet on it, but something people should be circled, whether there's like a prospect or an interesting fighter before you head out here.
Yeah, another one is the Salkeld fight. He had a crazy knockout in his last one. He's obviously a big favorite, but a lot of people are high on him. Really good volume, really good pace, good cardio. I think this will kind of be a measuring stick for him, not just, if he wins, because he's obviously overwhelmingly likely to win, but in the fashion he does it, like, does he get a finish here? Does he look really, really good? Does he kind of skate by? I think this will be a good measuring stick for what his ceiling really is in the UFC.
All right, should be a fun one. Before you head out here, I'm going to offer you a market, and you're going to tell me if you're taking the yes or no here. All right, will there be a shoey done live on the broadcast? Yes, minus 1,000. No, plus 800. What are you clicking?
I think you have to take the yes, because if Tuivasa is like plus 300, then that should probably be the odds of the shoey too. He's doing it if he wins for sure, especially in Australia.
I think we're gonna get one like right out of the opening, right when the pay-per-view opens, out in the crowd. Someone's just gonna rip a shoey just for the fun of it.
Yeah. Oh, if that counts.
Oh yeah,
if that counts, then the yes should be minus 1,000.
Yeah, I have the yes at minus 1,000. My bad.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood you. Yeah. Okay. In the crowd, yeah, minus 1,000. You could lay that for sure. Someone's doing it.
All right, getting a lot of clicks right now. I gotta hold the market here and readjust this line. Anyways, Andrew, appreciate you joining the show. Appreciate you jumping on. Good luck with your bets for this weekend, UFC 325. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. We'll chat soon.
Yep. Thanks. Appreciate the time as always.
Awesome stuff there from Andrew. As always, crushed it last week. We're gonna crush it again this week. That Volk number, I mean, shocking. Minus 148. Click. Gonna keep clicking until I can't click anymore. I love Volkanovski. He is like one of my favorite fighters. But man, his walkout song. Do you come from the land down under?
Yeah, there's a darts player comes out to that.
Come on.
Everyone gets fired up.
Come on. It's so good. It's so good.
It does fire a crowd up.
It's a good one. You know who doesn't fire the crowd up? Our next guest, Kirk Evans. Disappointing year so far. He gave us a 3-0 day. Hopefully we can repeat it. I told him, I said, hey, you can only come on if you bring the winners. He says, I'm bringing the winners. I'm going to try my best to bring the winners. So that's what he did for today. Told me 4 hours in the lab this morning, mining for some winners. Anyways, let's bring him on as he adjusts his camera. Looks like he's ready to go. He's basketball originator, former frat boy, good friend of the show, Kirk Evans. How's it going?
How we doing?
We're doing great.
That was quite the intro. Really just threw me under the bus there.
Why?
Guy who doesn't fire up the crowds? I look at myself as someone who fires up the crowd. No?
Yeah, you fire up like the Twitter crowds. You're like a little bit of like an agitator. Maybe you honestly, here's the problem is you're a Twitter agitator, but on Circle Back you play like a baby face. You got to go full heel. Take off the mask, go full heel. Be honest with the audience. Tell them you don't tip delivery drivers, and then it'll be perfect way to fire up the crowd.
Oh God, yeah. I like, how much longer is this show gonna go for with you in that seat, with how the negative press you've been getting this week?
It's crazy. It's also fake news because I do tip delivery drivers. Just depends. Anyways,
if it's minus 30 outside and it's a snowstorm, definitely not.
No, honestly, I'm gonna push back on the take you guys had because you guys were like, it's abhorrent to even order food like during a like. No, they're willingly working. Like they're willing to do that.
I agree with you there. Okay. I agree with you there. Obviously if someone's on Uber Eats like trying to deliver, he wants people to order.
Yeah.
But he also expects maybe more of a tip.
Maybe. And sometimes you don't get it. Is what it is. Anyways, let's move on. Great spot on Circle Back this week. Hopefully you're gonna be in studio. We can, talk about some stuff in studio. Let's get into the bets this week. You gave out last time you were on. You gave out a total. And two player props. Total one.
1 and 2.
Total one.
It was terrible.
Player props loss. It happens. It was you got duped by some bad information. It happens. It's on.
I'm on an all-time run of bad information, if I'm being honest. I've gone every, like, that's a lot of what I do, and you see it on the show of, like, I think this guy's likely to play this guy. Like, I could be like, yeah, I think this guy's going to play. He has no injuries, and he's in on the injury report, and the game tips off in 30 seconds, and then Underdog would tweet, like, shocking news that player X is out. You know, sometimes it happens.
It is what it is. Is that a floor lamp that's on a desk behind you?
I don't know if, what makes something a floor lamp.
It just looks really tall.
Yes,
does look like a floor lamp to me.
I don't know if I've ever heard the term floor lamp before. I'll be honest. My roommate came in like the second that we started recording. So
bring him on.
You know, I'm playing on the fly here.
Bring him on. Tell him to come say hi.
No.
All right. Let's get into things. Let's get into. Okay. Before one more thing. Between you and Peanut Bettor, we got to work on we got to get like an interior designer for you for you bettors, for you wagerers, because you guys spend so much time at the computer. You gotta make it look nice. Just one Anthony Bourdain picture is not going to do it for you. Okay, like it's you got.
No, I don't even have any pictures here. This is the new office.
You got to spruce it up a little bit more. You got to spruce.
I'm not much of a picture guy. I sometimes forget to turn my lights on in my office, and someone will be saying to me like, "I've been working in the dark all day," and it just doesn't even register in my head. I don't notice things like that.
You're that locked in. You come on this show and you give losers. I'm super disappointed. Anyways, let's get into the hopefully not losing picks for today. Let's start with the side you like. We're gonna head over to the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Phoenix Suns game.
Yeah, you know, I've been giving only losing picks.
Yeah. On
this show, so I decided that it only makes sense for me to go into a much more competitive, harder market as I'm releasing picks.
All right, let's do it then. We're going to take the Suns +4 -114 on FanDuel. Talk us through this one.
Yeah, I think the market, especially early on in the day, has been overrating Devin Booker's value to the Suns team. He's obviously a good player, but I think a lot of kind of the thought in Phoenix is, wow, this team is so surprising, and they have Devin Booker, so he's having this unbelievable season, and he's, taking a step up. But that's actually not true at all. Booker's had clearly better seasons than this in the past. And they're a super guard-heavy team. Jalen Green should be back today. They have Gillespie, Grayson Allen, Dylan Brooks having an unbelievable year. As I said, Green should be back, Royce O'Neal. So I obviously think Booker has meaning to the spread, and this wouldn't be 4 if Booker was in, or wouldn't even be close to 4 necessarily. But I think especially earlier in the day, the market has been a bit overrating how much Booker matters to the spread, and I do anticipate this bet will close.
Like, we'll get good close on it. I see what you're saying. All right.
Yes.
Phoenix +4 -114.
Cavs have been really good, no doubt. They're coming along. I gave a big on them to win the East. Like, they're very much alive to win the East again, but they're hurt. No Garland, no Mobley. They've been hurt all year. I think that assuming we get a healthy Phoenix team, even though Jalen Green would be fine, but assuming Mark Williams plays, which I anticipate he will. Gillespie did miss 2 games ago with a hand injury, but typically if you can play through a hand injury, unless he took like a hit to it last night, which I don't think he did, he should be good to go. So unless we get bad news, I do anticipate this will be quite good.
All right, let's flip over and head over to the next pick you gave me. We're going to the Brooklyn Nets Utah Jazz game. We're going to head over to the assists market. Brooklyn Nets, Utah Jazz, assists, and we're going to take the. Oh, it literally just moved. Just double check to make sure the price is okay. Before.
All right. At least it's a good sign that no, I don't think it moved.
You said it was 140.
Oh, no, 4+.
Oh, 4+. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I got you. My bad. All right, so we're gonna go to the assist market. We're gonna go Igor Demin, 4+ assists at plus 140.
This name's a doozy, but I'll help you out. Yegor Diomin.
Yegor Diomin.
Yes.
There's no Y.
No, it's fine. You can call him Demon. We can Americanize
Yegor
it.
Diomin.
Diomin.
Diomin. Where's the O? Anyways, Yegor Diomin, over 3.5 assists, plus 140. Our good man Igor, talk us through this one.
Yeah, so this is a game I'm going to, once we get off this show, I'm going to bet a lot of stuff on this game. The Jazz just ruled out Nurkic and Kevin Love. This is just one of those games where both teams are absolutely desperate to lose. So having a rookie who's going to play a lot, like there just aren't that many props up for this game. So sadly, there isn't that much to attack right now. But I think Jemin's a really good angle here. I think I would be shocked if Michael Porter Jr. played. It wouldn't surprise me if a lot of other Nets didn't play as well. This is just simply a game where both teams really want to lose. And I also think that Brooklyn and Jordi Fernandez is an unbelievable coach. He's kind of clearly shown that if they have a chance to win, he's really going to try winning. So, and last year also, the Nets did a really bad job tanking. So I anticipate that a lot of guys are going to be out for the Nets. I know the Jazz are desperate to lose this one as well. I think the fact that the Nets have the Jazz injury report as well will even influence them more. So it wouldn't shock me if Cam Thomas was out. It wouldn't shock me if Claxton sits. So you can get a lot of interesting SGPs here in this game, but I anticipate a lot of rookies going for Brooklyn tonight and playing big men. Jemin's honestly a pretty good player already for a rookie. He's had a bit of an interesting first year where he was looked at as this point guard who couldn't shoot, and now he's actually playing more so as a wing who actually is quite a good shooter, but struggling in the paint. But yeah, I like most of Jemin's overs, and I'm gonna attack this game in a lot of ways.
Love how you're attacking the game. Sound like GRP. Sound like a young GRP. Anyways, let's flip over. And I also appreciate you giving out this very detailed, in-depth analysis. You obviously do your homework. You do your work with this stuff. You don't just blindly throw darts, or you're not like me who just, buttons on screen, click, 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 top-down betting. You come on the show, you do all this work, and then they just end up losing. So I appreciate you putting in the time and effort anyways. But we're going to get back this week. The
good thing is, and this isn't maybe annoying for me to say for people watching, generally I do all this work and my bets tend to win more than they lose. Sadly, on this show, that hasn't been the case. But in my life, these bets do tend to win more than they lose. On this show, maybe a bit less.
All right, makes perfect sense. Listen, Kirk, we believe you. We know. Actually, I know. I've seen some things. Is all I can say. Anyways,
I'm honestly not sure I even know what that means.
Well, that I can vouch for you being a winner.
No, I get it, but I don't know exactly. Oh, maybe
you sent me some stuff.
Yeah. That was a good one.
That was one of the proudest moments of my life. But anyways, because we were I did something that you did without even talking to you, and anyways, that was sick. Anyways, let's get into the last bet we have on the board today from you. We're gonna head over to the Cleveland Cavaliers Phoenix Suns game, the game we already bet the +4 in. We're gonna head over to player combos, scroll all the way down to player points and player rebounds. You're gonna take the over 23.5 minus 114. Jarrett Allen over 23.5 minus 114 points plus rebounds. Bless you, Kirk. Talk us through this one. Why do you like this?
Yeah, so this is the second game Mobley's been out he just got ruled out with a calf injury. And I just think we're getting a bit of a discount here because Allen played 24 minutes last game, and he's been a guy who hasn't necessarily been closing every game for Cleveland. But they won that game by 30, and he played really well. I think he would have he played, I think 16 and a half first half minutes. I think he would have played most of the fourth quarter and played, 33, 34 minutes. If you're in the low to mid 30s for Allen, I think this bet is just quite obviously good. I think that the books are still just hedging on if Allen's going to close and if he's going to play in the 30s, and I just don't really see, unless obviously it is a blowout, which is a 4-point spread, and we talked about how we like the +4. So I just don't think this team has enough bigs, especially they don't really have another true center who's playing much for them. It's been like a lot of like Naquan Tomlin, Dean Wade, and it's just tough for them to close that small. So I just anticipate that Allen's minutes are going to be a lot higher. Not one start. Like I think Mitchell maybe played 3 fourth quarter minutes, and then Tyson was a full 0-minute fourth quarter. So I just don't. I didn't interpret him playing 0 fourth quarter minutes as anything other than it being a blowout. And I think if he is going to close and play a lot of fourth quarter minutes, this is clearly good.
All right. I see like a rogue 24.5 out there at +120 that can run to the grocery store next door and play. That's good. No, that's got to be good.
24.5 +120 is definitely better than 23.5.
Okay.
Minus 114.
All right. Perfect stuff there. Kirk, appreciate you joining the show, Pete. Appreciate you jumping on. Before you head out, some breaking news as we were going live. Your Minnesota Vikings made a very interesting decision this offseason, getting rid of their starting quarterback that led them to, 13 wins?
Wait.
Well, it's not done.
Sorry. I thought you were saying there was breaking news right now that the Vikings made a trade or something.
No, they didn't make a trade, but the Vikings made the choice to kick Sam Darnold to the curb for your guy, J.J. McCarthy, who ended up sucking, and now the guy who they kicked to the curb is now in the Super Bowl. Turns out GM Kwesi fired. Do you think that you should be fired for your J.J. McCarthy takes?
People have said that for sure. Look, I think two things are true. I think quite obviously I should be dunked on for the Minnesota takes. Like, I think that's funny and obviously true, and I was hyping them up a lot. But I also think that, like, if you read or listen to anything I said about J.J. McCarthy, was that I have no idea if he was actually good or not. Just that they decided to go with him over Darnold, and they have an amazing quarterback coach, and they've been shown to develop quarterbacks really well. And the fact that second-year quarterbacks or even second-year players generally in sports kind of get treated like they're rookies if they were hurt the first year, but that's like totally not true. And second-year players will perform much better on aggregate, even if they didn't play one play in their first year. So I still don't think process-wise the take was bad, but again, I should be dunked on for it, and I get that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm just teasing you for this. Also, it was 80-1. It's not that big of a deal that it lost.
100-1.
100-1. There you go. 100-1.
But I did bet them division. Bet them, and look, that's a fun thing about betting as well. Is you can have a take on anything.
Mm-hmm.
I hate this when people do this on Twitter as well. I like betting my takes. Obviously, if I don't think I'm an expert on the subject, I'll probably bet less. But I don't think I deserve to have a take on something if I'm not at least willing to risk some money on that take. So I'll post a lot of my takes on Twitter, especially if it's a political market I'm betting. I bet a little bit of the Oscars as well. And people will comment being like, "Oh, you're an idiot." And I'll be like, "Oh, okay, so you have money on the other side." And they'll be like, "Oh, it's not always about money." It's like, well, if you're confident enough in your take to call me an idiot, you should be confident enough in your take to risk your money on it. And people don't live life that way, but I do.
All right. You had an Oscar bet. You want to share any Oscar bets for us here? I know we have a few, I believe, with Drew. I'm trying to find them. If you just give me a second here. Oh yeah, Stellan Skarsgård to win. Was it Best Supporting Actor for his role in I forget what movie? Any Oscar?
He was in One Battle.
No, he was in One Battle. He was in the other one. He was in the foreign film. Best Foreign.
Oh, still. I don't know. I honestly, I haven't watched most of the movies. If I'm being fair,
This is hilarious. Okay.
I just listen to like podcasts and try to
Okay.
synthesize the information.
Okay.
But also, like, this bet is like almost certainly negative EV. I don't really know anything.
Oh.
But yeah, I just faded some Chalamet. I took Timmy to not win Best Actor, and I took some Leo. Yes.
Okay. Timmy's minus 400 for Best Actor. I swear that was not like that. Like,
No, he's been a massive.
He's
Well,
been
I
a
also
massive-
bet it like 2 days ago. But
Okay.
yeah, he's been a massive favorite for a while. He won at the Golden Globe. I actually think his numbers gotten a little worse.
I see
over the
minus
last few
400 on
days.
FanDuel.
I think my numbers might be plus EV right now, if I'm being honest. Maybe I am sharp. Maybe I should bet more. Yeah, I just think that like in the Oscars, it's been pretty clear that they don't love giving these like young actors who really push for this award, especially like at 30 years old. They don't. They like to make them wait for it. I think that he's like kind of he is like this generation's Leo, and it would not surprise me at all if they wanted to make him wait for an Oscar. He's going to be around for a while. They know he'll have one. I think there's just a lot of bias. I think everyone is just kind of assuming he's going to win it. So the market's like, and he obviously should be the favorite, but it would not surprise me at all if the voters wanted to delay him winning, and he lost down ballot a little bit.
All right. Makes perfect sense there. Have you seen Marty Supreme yet or no?
Yeah, Marty Supreme was great.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, and it was an amazing performance.
Yeah. Just not as good.
I'm not like a very, very like I'm not really able to watch. Obviously, like if the spectrum is like Marty Supreme versus like The Summer I Turned Pretty, I can tell that the Marty Supreme acting was much better.
Crazy,
but like
Paul.
the idea of like I would be able to like discern who did a better job acting in a movie. Like I'm not built like that. Like I always leave a movie and Google like what was the symbolism, and then I'll watch the video and be like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. I get that now. But like I would never really interpret it.
Okay, then you're gonna let me guess. Have you seen Sinners?
No, I need to.
You'll like Sinners then. If that's how you feel about movies, you'll like Sinners. So you got to watch it.
I imagine I would like Sinners.
If you like,
I haven't watched One Battle or Sinners.
I haven't seen One Battle either. It's on my list. But if you watch Sinners, you like Sinners. Watch From Dusk Till Dawn. Also a great movie. Anyways. Kirk, appreciate you joining the show. I know you're going to stick around in the background because we have an even better guest than you, which is hard. You're hard to follow up. But Winston the Cat's going to be on here in just a second with Isaac. So going to be talking some tennis. Anyways, appreciate you joining the show, Kirk. We'll chat soon.
Absolutely. Later, guys.
So yeah. So let's get a petition going in the chat. Kirk to put his floor lamp on the floor. I feel like that's a good petition. Chat also never heard of a floor lamp. You guys never bought furniture for your house? Bought furniture for your apartment?
Yeah, why is like the concept of a floor lamp so contentious in the chat? Like, there are some lamps you would not put on your desk. There are some lamps you would not put on your floor. Like, I don't think it needs to be labeled in such a way.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
If I have a 6 foot tall lamp, that's not going on my fucking desk. If I have a 1 foot tall lamp, guess where that's going to be more convenient to use.
Oh man. All right. Well, got to get the interior design game up.
Yeah, some of the guys we bring on, it truly is a mystery what goes on in those places of residence.
All right. Let's honestly, we did the kitchen thing on Circle Back like a couple. We got to do that with like your off your.
That is a good idea.
Got to get.
Yeah, the kitchens. That's cool, but like we need to see what is your home office.
Yeah,
setup.
like
how many screens you working with.
What does your living room look like? How do you watch TV? How do you watch football?
Yeah.
Anyways.
These are good ideas.
Yeah.
Maybe not for Circle Back. Maybe for something else.
Maybe for something else. Maybe for something else. Anyways.
Interesting.
All right. Up next, the co-owner of Winston the Cat only gives out big bomb bangers. Isaac, give me a thumbs up if you're good to go in the background. Oh, he's good to go. All right, let's bring him on up. Isaac, how's it going?
Yeah, we got Winston here. Unfortunately, I'm not with him today, but can you hear him?
Yeah, we can hear him. The loudest cat in the world.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, mother. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, yeah, I'm not at home, so I couldn't do it. I'm actually ready for this. I'm in like an abandoned warehouse right now.
Oh.
Gotta be the craziest place anybody's come into the show from.
Ye-
But we're excited. Winston's hype about the bets we got. He's hyped that we cashed both yesterday, so everybody's in a good mood.
Okay, give me the backstory behind the abandoned warehouse. I need to know what's going on. Are you allowed to share? Did you break in?
Sky needed to get out of state for some bets again.
Yeah. No, I'm doing some work with a friend upstate, and there's an office upstairs, and apparently the entire floor of this building is abandoned. So it's a little bit scary. Might get murdered, but we're doing okay for now, at least.
All right. Hopefully you don't get murdered, but if you do, it will do numbers. So that you can take that with you, and you'll be a star of a second Vice documentary. So that'll be great. Not many people can say that. Yesterday you came on with Winston, big bomb bangers. I said only winners on the show, and you gave out only winners on the show. What's going under the radar though is you had the Alcaraz 3-2 exacta. Correct, plus 500. That was like we're let's go.
What's actually the Zverev plus 500 money line was looking really good
Yes.
for a while until he choked it.
Yeah.
Once we got into the fifth set, I'm free rolling because either the bet I said was good and didn't place goes, or the bet that I liked goes. So I hope someone parlayed them. If someone parlayed Alcaraz 3-2 and Djokovic money line, please send me a DM. It'll make me incredibly happy.
Next time I'll do that. Maybe I'll do it for this upcoming match that we have here because had to bring you back on after a wonderful day. We have the final set for the Australian Open, Alcaraz versus Djokovic. I mean, first of all, before we get into this, like, I assumed you watched that match. How great was watching that match, doing what Djokovic did? I mean, being such a massive underdog in the match.
I mean, both matches were incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So I was up all night. Alcaraz won the first two sets. Then it seemed like he got injured, looked like he was going to retire, and then came back to win it all, which was super clutch. And then Djokovic, just played out of his mind. Dude's 38 years old, played like, he was 10 years younger, was smacking the hell out of the ball, really a blast from the past. And it was a great watch. Would highly recommend the highlights if people didn't catch it live. And the real question is if Djokovic wins on Sunday, it'll be his 25th Grand Slam. He's already got the all-time record. Will he retire on top? I kind of think he should. I'm a big fan of retiring on top, but of course, if he can do it, that means he can still play. But we'll see.
Yeah. All right. Going to be a fun match to get into here. Are you worried at all about? You mentioned Alcaraz almost retiring. Like I saw he was like walking to the net as if he was going to rack it in the other hand, almost ready to shake that, and then does a little head fake and walks off. I don't know if that was gamesmanship. I don't know if he just in the moment said, "Fuck it, I'm not retiring." Are you worried about him at all? Heading into this match.
Apparently, I didn't watch it, but I saw some comments that said in the press conference after he addressed that, and he said he wasn't retiring. He was just like walking in that direction. I saw that though. It did look like he was going to retire. I think it was mostly cramps, so he should be okay. He's got a couple days. He's fucking 22 years old. He's fit as hell. There's no chance he's retiring. Mm-hmm. Also, this is his chance to get the career slam, the fourth Grand Slam he's never won. Mm-hmm. So him versus Joe, it's a historic match. There's no chance he's going to retire.
All right.
I mean, maybe if he cramps again in the game, but not before the game.
All right. We clicked Djokovic yesterday, plus 810. Right now, Alcaraz minus 330, Djokovic plus 255. Are we doing it again on the Joker, plus 255?
Oh, come on. It's not even a question. Of course we're fucking doing it. Yeah. He came out yesterday. He killed it for us. We're running it back. Plus 250 is, it's a little bit high in my opinion. He's got a great head-to-head versus Alcaraz. He beat him last year at the Australian Open. This is his favorite court. He's won this tournament 9 or 10 times. Despite that long match versus Sinner, he came in very well rested. He barely played at all. Fitness level should be off the chart. He's never going to be more motivated, so he's going to leave it all out there. I'm not the biggest Djokovic fan. I do like him to win it here. I'd say probably my fare is closer to the roughly 200 mark. So anything especially above like 220, 230, 250, easy for me when you're getting the GOAT after the performance he just pulled off.
All right. Plus 250, 240, 255 available at FanDuel. You have two other bets for us as well.
Yeah, so I
talk
think
us through
this
both of them.
my go-to whenever Djokovic and Alcaraz play, and I think for a lot of Grand Slam finals is a lot of fun, is the over 4.5 sets, which FanDuel has at plus 260 right now. Pretty sweet price. And that's fun because you just get to root for an epic. And then we got the, because we're a friendly show, we got the watered down version for those who don't want something so extreme, which is both players to win a set or over 3.5 sets at minus 158 at FanDuel, which is an incredible price right now. That is
All right, total sets over 3.5 minus 158, or like you said, yes to both players to win a set, and then over 4.5 if you're feeling a little frisky at plus 260. Any SGPs you have for us here that we can go crazy on, or is this is that about it?
Not yet. I think I'm gonna keep it simple.
Okay.
We got. I think for a match like this, for a really historic match, I'm just gonna be trying to enjoy the tennis. I hope people do the same as well. And I don't want to get too creative and you're thinking about your bets more than the match. I think these bets are aligned with just rooting for an epic. So I'm not gonna go too crazy with these.
All right, Saturday 3:30 a.m. is the time of the match. Are you going to be watching
Saturday or Sunday at 3:30? I think it's Sunday.
Is it Sunday?
Yeah, I mean it's 3:30 a.m. It's pretty grim. I'll give a hack here. If anybody's like a fan, but they're not the craziest fan, the move is to set your alarm for like 6 or 6:30, because then if it's a great match, it's going to be at least 3.5 hours, and you'll catch the last hour and a half. If you're a diehard, obviously I'm going to be up at 3:30. But you can still, if you set your alarm for 6:30, you can catch the end of it if it's great. So would recommend for the casuals.
All right. FanDuel's saying Saturday 3:30 a.m. Maybe that's a typo here.
I don't know.
It wouldn't make sense for them to play less than 24 hours after.
Yeah, it's Sunday at 3:30 a.m.
Yeah,
FanDuel's got it wrong.
All right. We'll talk. Gotta give FanDuel a little call there. Any final thoughts before you head out on the? I know we talked about the men's Australian Open, and I know you don't know women that well on or off the court, but Sabalenka versus Rebecca. Any opinion there? Do you ever just watch? Like, I'm sure you just watch women's tennis as well. Just for
no, I watch women's tennis a decent amount. Frankly, yeah, just both semifinals were so amazing on the men's side that I wasn't even really paying too much attention. I mean, just looking at it, I'm leaning Sabalenka, but. Yeah, it's I got no opinion there. As you know, I don't understand women on or off the court, so gonna stay away from that one. We'll stick to Joker.
All right, sticking with the Joker. Before you head out, last question for you. Doc dropped last night. It was 2 hours, I believe.
Hour and a half with no ads.
What's your letterbox rating on it?
Letterbox is out of 5 stars,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
I'll give it a 4.25. Can you do that?
You can't, but we'll allow it.
I'll give it a 4. I thought it was really good. All around well-rounded. I think if people are fans of this show, fan of gambling Twitter, we got a lot of friendly faces in there, friendly voices as well. The narrator's voice was a little bit too monotone for my taste, but I thought they did a really great job overall. Everybody check it out. And please don't DM me about how I did mental math wrong. I know I'm bad at math.
Math guy who's not a math guy is what we'll call it.
I never claimed to be a math guy. I'm a ball knowledge guy. What can I say?
There you go. That's all you need to know. Isaac, appreciate you joining the show. Appreciate you giving out the big bomb bangers. We'll talk soon. Have a good one.
Of course, yeah. Good to see you guys. Have a good one.
All right, great stuff there from Isaac. And, of course, from Winston as well. Winston the cat, the best pet handicapper in the world.
Nah.
Who's better?
The GOAT, Tortellini.
Did
Did Winston win a handicapping contest?
That's a good against the real life
Ben the
human. My favorite conspiracy.
Tortellini did that.
My favorite niche conspiracy is that Ben the Bettor was actually really sharp, and he was just purposely giving out the other side. That is my favorite.
No. There's behind the scenes information that would confirm that is not the case.
Yes, I know that. But
Confirmed.
But I love a good conspiracy theory. It's so niche. Imagine like someone pulls that out in the bar. Anyways,
We have 24 likes, and we set a goal of 25 to reveal the schedule for the Super Bowl player prop extravaganza.
I'll change that. I'll change that
40
right now.
people here. We need one more like.
I'm just gonna go like it. I usually like it
And
after
I
the
can
show.
go against possibly the
There we go.
desires of the higher ups in the hierarchy at the Hammer.
We should just lead with it. It's gonna piss off Rob, George, and Moretto. It should just
Oh yeah,
led
we're
with
at
that.
25. Did you do that?
Yeah, I did
Okay,
that. I
well,
usually do it after the show.
like, if you don't like your own stuff, like what are you doing? You have
Exactly.
to enjoy your own content. So
I
it
just-
is
yeah.
worthy of a like if you like it. So we can now reveal, unless I get a phone call from Rob or George, who I think George at least is watching. The Hammer, Forward Progress Super Bowl player prop extravaganza. 5 hours, 30 different bettors giving out their best bet, best prop for the Super Bowl. Is going to be Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You are not going to want to miss out. There's some fantastic names, and Jason, who will be featuring.
I thought you were gonna throw to me, but you're saying I'm one of the not fantastic. Well, all these fantastic names, and then me.
I think it's a very large possibility. You will not be like on the bottom of people's list of people who feature.
Yeah. Well, I've seen some of the people that we have. We're gonna have on. It's gonna be good. Last year we had Zilbert on. That was.
Will he
interesting.
be on this year?
We'll have to wait and see. 1
We
p.m.
can't reveal too much. Listen, we gave you the start time of the day. We can't give you too much.
Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, directly after the
This.
show. We'll lead right into it, and I'm gonna be on it. I actually don't even know what time I'm gonna be on. Do I like? Chat, should I go home?
Who's producing that?
Oh yeah, wait. I wasn't asked. Am I supposed to be producing that?
I don't know.
All right, well, we'll have to figure that one out. Anyways, appreciate you guys joining the show. Now you can mark it in your calendars, 1 to 6 p.m. Call into work, be like, hey, boss, sorry, I'm not feeling very well today. I'm going to have to call in sick.
It's tough because you have to call in sick Wednesday and the Monday because like you're gonna be watching the Super Bowl.
Can we just make Monday a national holiday already? Like, we have Family Day in Canada. Just bump it up to that. Like, it's the week after. What are we doing?
Could they just not make it Saturday, like one day during the season?
Yeah, that too. That
Would
too.
viewership not increase? Like, what are they fighting against on Saturday night? Oh well,
I don't know. Maybe that's a great question. I think it's just like it's always been on Sunday, so it will always be
I'm just saying
on Sunday. Anyways,
it could be better.
yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Appreciate you guys tuning into the show today. It was a great one. Had some great guests. Kirk, deep in the lab, 4 hours trying to give us winners. Andrew coming on, talking through UFC 324. Matt Winick, breaking down college basketball slate. Tons of good games all across the board. Tons of bets for you guys. Keep you nice and filled for this wonderful sports weekend. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Oh, and of course, Isaac and Dr. Winston the cat. Appreciate you guys. Anyways, this has been the Friday, January 30th edition of the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Bang Network, presented by our good friends over at FanDuel. We will see you guys right here next week.